guys.
Love you, Cookie.
Sun. Is it sticking up?
It's
We're
nuts.
in the wrong place right now.
There are many of us who have grown up with climbing. In our local gyms, on TV, and even in the movies. A generation of climbers has come of age where climbing is no longer a fringe activity, but instead it's part of the mainstream, where you can find information most anywhere. People may still think you're crazy, but it's accepted. It's hard to believe that there was a time when America's famous walls were just freshly scaled. Freaking huge. The bigger walls were untouched, and Fred Beckey was always a dirtbag. There are some of us who still hold on to the thought that there's brand new rock to be climbed out there. Somewhere. Places far in the east have long been a destination for mountaineers looking to climb high peaks. But near those high peaks was something often overlooked. Brand new walls with sandstone, limestone, and granite. And for those climbers who do seek new cliffs, little did they know at first that one place is ripe for a new era of climbing.
Such a good route. Such a good route.
It would just require going where most people would not think to first look. China. Information about how to get around in China is usually scarce. Stories trickle in here and there about unclimbed faces and beautiful new lines, some among the hardest in the world. The next challenge is figuring out how to get there. While China has been known for the limestone cars of sport climbing, there remain hundreds, if not thousands, of untapped rock climbs waiting to be discovered. But it takes willingness to venture out without the comforts of the post-rock revolution. It involves spending lots of time in small spaces with your friends.
That is good, no? That is a good ride!
And it may involve first climbing some less than stellar lines.
Nico, how many stars was that route? 6. 6-star
And
route.
you may have some close calls.
Dude, do we have any gear down there? The rope.
And at times it may even drive you a little bit insane.
We're all going a little crazy here.
Before you can finally get a taste of what it's really like to climb a route that's never been done before. And maybe, just maybe, help bring about a new golden age of rock climbing.
It is monsoon season here in Liming.
Okay guys, here we are
For the fart cave.
on the fire cave.
Camels.
Oh my god, camels!
They're real. Camels are real.
If you try to run me out, it's on. If you try to run me out, it's on.
The trip to China often begins with a long, often very long,
What a wonderful pain in the ass, delayed. Sometimes makes you wonder if they ever get a plane out on time in China.
journey into the country's interior.
Here we are. I just met this guy, whatever. New friends.
And even once on the ground, you still have a long way to go.
Only 2,000 K to go.
Oh yeah, real good. And sometimes without the most comfortable accommodations.
So when I first came to China, I really didn't have any idea what I was getting into. You know, I'm just like most other climbers in the sense that I had the dream of going to some really far away place. Hopefully find my own route, you can find the whole area, maybe even a mountain. So when you have the opportunity to do a new route, it's sometimes a bit of a surprise when you think about where do I start.
Holy shit! Monsoon season!
New routes, man. A lot of digging. A lot of digging.
I've been climbing in Liming, Yunnan since 2010, with a few trips here and there further into the west, places like Jarjinjabo and Kokotohai.
There were always rumors of exotic, hard-to-access rock.
Nowadays, these places are starting to pop up more than just in the Google search. You can actually begin to get a little information on the actual climbing in these up-and-coming places in China.
But these locations are often hard to reach, especially when teams rely on hired vehicles. And these locations are only visited infrequently. A week or two here, or one trip there. It's always hard to get a sense of the place.
One more time, we bail. One more time.
When you constantly have to pack up and find a ride home. But there was another option. Purchasing, equipping, and overloading a private vehicle full of climbers.
Three of you.
I've seen a lot of movies that are set like this.
All that was left was to find a team.
A crew of friends, we concocted an idea to put a crew together and spend an entire summer putting new routes up in China. Not just a week or two, but an entire two and a half months. We're in the wrong place right now.
I hope your assholes.
I'm climbing grass, not crack.
I did not get wrong on bucket list. Bring my cheese on the highway.
You guys party really bad.
For this motley group of climbers, absurd ideas were the norm. The first challenge was figuring out how to get a ride to the rock.
Getting around in China's west is particularly hard. It's just sort of reliant on hiring drivers, taking trains, waiting for drivers and trains.
But with a car of their own, they had a freedom that most foreigners in China don't have.
Left and
I haven't even left yet and I gotta pee.
With a willing crew assembled, the team traveled to a place where China's trad climbing revolution was becoming a reality. The sandstone walls of Liming, Yunnan.
So how about that? White teeth.
Liming, with its sandstone cliffs and beautiful splitter cracks, conjures for many memories of Utah's Wingate sandstone or Zion's desert walls.
So unapologetically.
With the right balance of established routes and new route potential, Liming is the place to go for both holiday climbing and cutting-edge new routes.
The choice for the team to start in Liming was a natural one. Dobie is one of the founding climbers, and we all knew that Craig had tons of climbing potential with new routes.
Lacking confidence will buy our cologne, but the streets won't give you a name.
When we first showed up in Liming a few years ago, we thought of it as Indian Creek on steroids. Loads of walls, splitter cracks everywhere, bigger walls. We knew that for China, this could be the place where trad climbing could grow.
Bottled water, low sodium, sodium fiber shampoo, wrong dog food. Your weight loss chocolate vitamin D tablets, wet tissue for toilets. You're filling your pillow with paper towels.
Easy, 510C.
510C.
Alright, take.
In Liming, we really are living the climbing utopian dream. We're left alone, just left to our own devices, which means climbing each and every day. You look up at the wall, see a line, and go climb it. It's unbelievable. Just spent an hour and a half hiking up a burly approach. You can see I'm drenched, face probably turning purple here. All for this sweet, sweet route.
Pretending you need it, but
There are just these whole stretches of cliff going down the valley that just don't have roots on them.
Liming's beauty arises in the opportunities it has for every climber. From multi-pitch for the ambitious new developer, to the most monstrous of cutting-edge projects, like the infamous 80-meter black hole off-width.
Takes a while, it leaves some marks, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
At the core of Liming's development community is a small group of climbers dedicated to putting in time scrubbing, prepping,
Peek around behind you. Yeah.
and establishing routes in order to make these cliffs a trad climbing mecca. All with one of the original climbers who started it all.
Yeah. Mike Dobie, the sender of Nar, the master of Liming.
No.
Cascades climber turned China dweller Mike Dobie.
Alright, looking good, Dobie?
Yeah, doing well. Scrubbed a lot of rock today.
In Liming's small climber tribe, he's a climber known to play many roles.
He's a really good coach. He will push you and not be sympathetic if you want to take.
Any more advice?
Try harder. I believe it's just try. Try. Try!
For years, Dobie has been at the front of a movement to turn the cliffs above a sleepy Chinese town into an international climbing destination. And like many stories of great rock, Dobie has brought something new to Liming.
These days things are changing. We're getting more and more strong climbers coming to Liming looking to establish cutting-edge hard trad routes. Recently my friend Logan Barber freed the third pitch of the flying buttress called the Firewall.
The Firewall is a Liming test
Look
piece.
up at the firewall, splitter, laser cut splitter, shooting down this iron red face, and you think, wow, someone is looking for something hard, this is it.
Established by Australian pro Logan Barber, both the Firewall and the nearby Honeycomb Dome stand as the hardest trad routes in China. Both stand at a fearsome 513D. And have yet to see a repeat ascent. But perhaps the strongest allure of Liming may not just be its climbing, but the chance to turn back the clock to a generation of climbing most of us have assumed is over.
Awesome. It was a really solid 510.
That's all there is to it, eh?
Street fighters!
Street fighters, for a street fighty kind of day.
Even with the wealth of new routes Liming has to offer, there are still hints that larger features await. up in the high country of Sichuan.